small. So now we're up to the lone 36-inch brown original. This one was probably in the worst cosmetic shape out of all of them, but I was able to clean it up quite a bit. It was pretty destroyed in kitchen grease when I first got it, but I've since fully taken it apart and cleaned it and gotten all of the old oil gunk out of it. Blades were also very faded, but I've since done some work to those as well. There's still some scratches I have to use some filler for, but overall it looks pretty good. Here's the tag. It's from 1980. And we'll go ahead and start on low. This has a replacement pull chain in it, which is why there are two off positions right next to each other. So this fan goes low, high, off, off. Also worth noting is that this is not the original switch cap either. It's slightly newer than what it would have had. My guess is that at one point it had a light kit, then later on they wanted it with no light. So they weren't making the blank ones anymore, so the original owners got the Hunter branded one. This also did not come with any mounting hardware or blade to motor screws. So typical of two-speed Hunters, low speed is more of a medium. And just in case anybody is curious, because I had to do some experimenting with these screws right here, 36-inch Hunter original screws are 1024 by ½ inch in length. There we go. Just wanted to pick up the box for that. So this is one with these standard brackets. These also came with reverse air and adapt air, although those are pretty rare. But these are actually the best for this fan because it means it runs the fastest. The other ones are heavier and it kind of weighs it down a little bit. For this type of fan, there's pretty much two instances, I guess, of it being childhood, so to speak. I guess the first one was the hardware store local to me still has it's a 38-inch version because it has adapt air, but an all brown version just like this, and it has been out of operation for probably decades at this point. And at one point I did ask about getting it, but they didn't seem too interested about removing it, so I guess it's just going to sit there until the end of time. And then the first fan I ever bought at a Habitat Restore, at least from what I can remember, I'm pretty sure it was this exact fan, except it was brown and brass instead of just brown. Go ahead and take it up to high speed. It's going to be a bit of a vibration because about half of the rubber grommets have dry rotted and disintegrated. So some of the screws are higher up than other ones. So I think once I remove all of them, the noise will go away. Yeah, this is full power. What's kind of interesting is that these are pretty cool fans, but compared to other like industrials or res-industrials really, antiques that came before it and other smaller fans, this one was actually not really the best air mover out of all of them. Like, it moves a decent amount of air, but the 52-inch version of this compared to other 52-inch versions of the time was just a lot better. And like I said before, if this had reverse air irons, it would go slower. Yeah, I still think it's doing a pretty decent job. This is a very common fan for kitchens, which is definitely the case for this one. Either kitchens or small bedrooms, I think, are most of the applications I ever see these in. Go ahead and turn it off. Put a little bit of oil back in there. I had to clean out all of the old stuff because it really just turned into like black gunk. It looked more like tar than it did oil. So, spin down is already done. A bit of a shorter video, but that is about all I got to say for this 36-inch Hunter R&M Original. And next will be one of the white ones. So stay tuned for that. Bye-bye.